The Syrian conflict reached a critical juncture on December 7, 2024, with the fall of Homs to rebel forces. This strategic city, once a bastion of the Assad regime, had been under siege for years. Its capture signifies a major turning point in the war, exposing the weakening grip of President Bashar al-Assad. Rebel forces, a coalition of groups opposed to Assad's rule, displayed remarkable coordination and military prowess in their Homs offensive. The city's capture has invigorated the opposition and sent shockwaves through the corridors of power in Damascus. The loss of Homs is a symbolic and strategic blow to the Assad regime. It had long been a symbol of resistance against the government, enduring years of brutal siege and bombardment. The city's fall after such a protracted struggle underscores the shifting balance of power in Syria. Rebels now control key supply lines and have proven their ability to capture and hold major urban centers. The capture of Homs has emboldened the rebel forces, who now have Damascus, the capital city, firmly in their sights. Their advance has been fueled by a surge in popular support, with many ordinary Syrians viewing them as liberators rather than insurgents. The regime's brutal crackdown on peaceful protests in 2011 had alienated many, pushing them towards the armed opposition. The fall of Homs marks a potential turning point in the Syrian conflict, but the path ahead remains fraught with danger. The international community is grappling with the implications of a resurgent rebel movement and the potential collapse of the Assad regime. As the battle for Syria intensifies, the world watches with bated breath, uncertain of what the future holds. In a move that surprised many, President Bashar al-Assad fled Syria for Russia as rebel forces advanced. His departure on December 7, 2024, confirmed the gravity of the situation for his regime. Once seen as unassailable, Assad's grip on power has been steadily eroding over the past few years. The fall of Homs and the advancing rebel forces finally forced his hand, leaving him with little choice but to seek refuge in Moscow. Assad's departure has created a dangerous power vacuum in Syria. While his regime continues to function, albeit in a diminished capacity, his absence from the front lines has demoralized loyalist forces. The chain of command is unclear, and there is a palpable sense of uncertainty within the ranks of the Syrian military and security apparatus. Russia, a longtime ally of the Assad regime, has confirmed his presence on its soil, but remains tight-lipped about its long-term plans for Syria. Moscow's calculus is complex. While it has provided military and economic support to Assad for years, it is also wary of being drawn into a protracted and unwinnable conflict. The international community is divided on how to respond to Assad's flight and the ensuing power vacuum. Some see it as an opportunity to push for a negotiated settlement, while others fear that it will further destabilize the region and embolden extremist groups operating within Syria. The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining the future of Syria and the wider region. Amidst the chaos and violence of the Syrian conflict, a new generation of leaders has emerged. One such figure is Ahmed Char III, a charismatic commander whose battlefield acumen has earned him the respect of his fighters and the attention of the world. Little known outside of Syria before the uprising, Char III has become a symbol of the armed resistance against the Assad regime. His leadership has been instrumental in uniting disparate rebel factions and coordinating their efforts against government forces. Char III's rise to prominence is a testament to his military skills and his ability to connect with ordinary Syrians. He is known for his bravery on the battlefield, often leading his men from the front. Unlike some rebel commanders accused of human rights abuses, Char III has maintained a relatively clean image, earning him the trust of civilians caught in the crossfire. Under Char III's leadership, the rebel alliance has made significant gains, culminating in the capture of Homs. His strategic vision and ability to forge alliances have proven crucial in turning the tide of the war. Char III's focus on discipline and unity within the ranks has also set him apart from other rebel leaders, who have often been plagued by infighting and factionalism. The international community is watching Char III's rise with a mix of hope and apprehension. While his leadership offers a glimmer of hope for a more stable and democratic Syria, his commitment to a negotiated settlement and his ability to control the various factions within the rebel alliance remain to be seen. As the situation in Syria continues to evolve, the international community is faced with difficult choices. The fall of Homs and Assad's flight have dramatically altered the landscape, leaving many questions unanswered. Will the rebel forces be able to maintain their momentum and establish a new order in Syria? Can the international community facilitate a peaceful transition, or will additional turmoil ensue? The future of Syria hangs in the balance, and the coming months will be critical in shaping the outcome of this long and devastating conflict.